things. Okay, so today I am going to teach you that how one can use the AI facilities to perform his or her research work ethically. You know what is meant by ethical? If you are going to copy or stealing some stealing some research stuff from others, this is not an ethical way. So creating your own ideas and consuming your own energy to pluck the fruits. This is the ethical way. This is not the ethical way to steal some fruits from others. Okay, so the title of this presentation is Mastering Your Research Synopsis, Theses and Articles Using AI Tools.
Yes.
And then a sentence is written here that is become an academician, become a scholar and become a researcher within no time. These three terms are partially different from each other. What is meant by a researcher? You are a researcher. And after that, you will become scholars. And then we are something like academicians. Okay? And here my name is written, that is Muhammad Ali, and I belong to Department of Physics, University of Peshawar. So, do you know what is meant by AI chatbots? Chatbots. What is A and what is I? Artificial intelligence. You know the abbreviation, but logically, I think you don't know about the AI.
Yes.
I think it was partially discussed in the previous classes. But here I am not covering the entire AI course, I am just targeting specific chatbots which are useful in our research work.
Yes.
Okay, and you know that this presentation is created by AI within 5 minutes. I didn't consume time, I just created it, and then now I am here to discuss with you. And the same I am going to teach you how to generate the presentations within no time with the help of AI.
Yes.
So the facilities, if it is available, so there is no need to waste your time on such things, that how to design, how should it look like, and what should be the contents and what are inside that slides. Okay, so it is very useful to use the AI tools in different aspects during your studies at graduate level. So AI actually, well, it stands for artificial intelligence, and it is something like that consider a machine, and this machine is, for example, it is useless, and one person came and he programmed that machine, he instructed that machine to do some specific task.
Yes.
If their task is specific, this is not something like AI. If he programmed that machine in such a way that it performs general tasks, it decides, it contribute, it generate so many tasks, then such things are something which is related to the AI. This machine get intelligent. As you know, when by birth we are not intelligent, but after a few times we know that this is hard, this is cold, don't touch electricity, don't do that, don't do this. And after some time, after learning so many things, we get more and more intelligent. Similar is the way for the AI. In the AI, initially, machine is in learning mode and he learn, and after some time, he become master. Okay? For example, initially you told him that do this and this. While doing this job, he spent 2 hours. Because while performing that specific task, he did so many calculations, and then at the end he got the results. But the next time when someone else told him to do the same job, he will consume seconds or minutes.
Yes.
And on the third time, he will consume more or less time. Because he knows how to perform, he learned how to perform that specific task. Okay, so those are the miracles of AI, and they are coming in the very near you will see the AI tools and AI machines in the market as well. Okay, so we can't ignore them even in our research work. So are you ready to explore the world of AI chatbots for research assistant? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
It is interesting. And what are the chatbots? What is chat?
Like a chip,
Huh? Chat means gupshup. Gossiping or gupshup, discussing something, knowing something. Okay, or sharing something. This is something like chat. So the chatbots are actually the AI softwares or the AI applications in which you can only read and write.
Yes.
They don't do physical things. Understand? They don't do physical things. For example, if you told him that bring this much tomatoes from the market, what would be his response? If you ask him, tell me that what is the price of 1 kg of tomatoes in Peshawar, then he will respond. Okay. So the next thing is this is something like animation. What is AI? Artificial intelligence is the field of computer science that enables machine to perform human-like tasks, as I told you earlier.
Yes.
Okay? Such learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception and language understanding. Okay? And then, what is GPT? Generative pre-trained transformers. Transformers. What is meant by transformer? Which transform from one
Yes.
kind to another kind.
Yes.
For example, electric transformers.
Voltage.
Okay, they deal with voltage, but here they deal with what? They deal with mostly with data, and they are pre-trained and they generate. Is a type of deep learning. This is a field of computer science, deep learning or machine learning. AI model that uses the transformer architecture to generate human-like answer and perform text-based tasks. Understand? So it is simple. And then, what is the OpenAI? OpenAI actually is a research organization. They are developing different AI tools which are openwares all over the world, and one can use it for texting and for problem solving and for videos creating, for images editing and for research assistance and for writing emails, for writing synapses, for blah blah and so many things. Okay, so what here we are going to deal with OpenAI. Just for example, you know the ChatGPT. This is an OpenAI tool. Okay.
Yes.
What are the chatbots? A chatbot is a computer AI program designed to simulate conversation with the human user. It was discussed earlier, what are the chatbots in which you can chat with computer and he will perform your task. What is a prompt? This is important. So there are two ways to deal with the OpenAI tools like ChatGPT. There are so many others, we are going to discuss them as well. But the most important thing is you know the term chat, and but you don't know the term prompt.
Yes.
When you go in chatting mode with the AI, then he just asks something from you and then you answer and then you ask something from him and he will answer. This is just like a chit chat. But in prompt mode, you told him, you instruct him to do some specific task in a specific way.
Yes.
So this is not so easy to tell him to write synopsis for me on this writer. This is not the way. First tell him that I am the student of master in planner department, in that specific department. My area of interests are this, and now I am planning for some kind of synopsis. The already defined format of synopsis for the University of Peshawar is this. The first section must include an introduction, the literature review, and step by step, and then references at the end in this APA style, for example, like this. So I request you to suggest me 10 or 15 titles relevant to my field of interest. Then he will generate some titles for you. Then select one of the title of your desire, and then told him that to write synopsis for me in this format, include some well-known and authentic, highly cited research articles as well. Then he can generate something. So that is totally dependent on your prompt. The response is dependent on your prompt. This is not the way to generate buzzwords. Okay, understand? So in simple words, the prompt is a message or a question from the chat bots. You know the chat bots. That ask the user for a response or action. Okay, understand? Any question? Here we are some useful list of useful, powerful AI chatbots, which are almost free. The first one is the Microsoft Copilot. You can even install it on your system. You can integrate it with your browsers, with the Bing browser, with the Google Chrome, everywhere. Okay. The next one is the ChatGPT. You know that this is very familiar. ChatGPT 3.5, which is free. 4 is not free. The Google Bard, now it was integrated with the Gemini, and the remaining Perplexity, Jasper, HubSpot, and when the presentation is already present in their laptop, you can collect it from here, and you can see, and there are so many others. But the one that I suggest for you, that is the Microsoft Copilot. Another one is the ChatGPT and the Google Bard, Gemini. Okay? Because they are more authentic, more fast, more accurate, more precise, and easy to use.
Yes.
So that is our overall presentation about the use of AI in short term. And you know, this presentation was created in Microsoft 365, and Microsoft 365 features are integrated with AI. There are so many add-ons, and you can include so many things within no time using AI inside the Microsoft 365. I have this licensed version of Microsoft 365 if any one of you need this, but I suggest you to use it because it is very useful. Okay, then here are some tools that I wish to discuss with you, but unfortunately we are unable to connect this multimedia to this system because all of those softwares are already installed here. And if you are going to install the same software here in this system, it will take so much time. So here, if you see, from here I am going to Would you have a laptop and mobile phones?
Yes.
Okay, just open it. Here I am going to show you the usefulness and the merits of here. If you see here in this menu, you will never ever see any developer tools. They are hidden. Okay, but in my office, those are open. You can even open in this old version of software in developer tools. You can access the Visual Basic compiler inside that PowerPoint, and then just asking the ChatGPT to create a presentation on any topic for you, and then ask him to create the VBA code, and then switching into the developer tool and then compiling their code, you will get a presentation like this. Okay, I will show you, but here also the references. What kind of application you prefer to use for the references in your research articles, in your thesis? Which one you prefer? EndNote. Why? Because you know the EndNote. But it is, I think it is not good. I compared it. There are, one is EndNote, one is Zotero, and one is Mendeley, which are widely used, widely recommended, but the best one is Zotero. I will show you, and it is very easy to use it. Even it is already integrated with the AI. This is the first referencing tool which is integrated with the AI. Then there are some other tools in which you can design your presentation. There are some other AI tools in which you can format your thesis, synopsis in any kind of formats within no time. There are so many tools which design a powerful literature review for you using AI. But unfortunately, we are unable to connect this laptop. And I told him before starting the class that you please go there and to connect this laptop. But now, let's see few of things remaining. We are going to also there is another thing which I am going to show you, which I am going to teach you, which was related with the materials processing, and that was the most important one. There was the batch composition. You know what is meant by atomic mass and molecular mass? You know the Avogadro numbers?
Yes.
That's good. But from here, if someone asks you to synthesize a material which is composed of that elements and like this structure, so how can one do that? I think it is you people are not familiar with that. And for that purpose, especially in material science, we select oxide, and then applying the method of batch composition to know for example, Marcus. And for that purpose, I have a software in my computer, and within no time, for example, here you will see this is also available in my computer, and one can get it from here. For example, this is molar mass software. Okay, is it visible?
Yes.
For example, here it is a compound. And I wish to synthesize a compound whose name is barium titanate, which is an excellent dielectric material and commonly used in the research purpose calcium titanate, barium titanate.
Yes, sir.
So here I wrote what? That's B A huh? No, for example, BA मैंने नाम दे दिया, given a name, and here I told him that I am going to BATIO3.
Yes.
Okay, this is a balanced formula neutral state. You know that. If it is not neutral, it will not proceed further. So, I told him that I am going to synthesize barium titanate. Okay, their compound name is what? BATIO3.
Yes, sir.
See? Correct? Can you see? Okay. So, what should be the raw materials that should I need to synthesize it? There are different ways. For example, I am interested in solid oxide route because most of our scholars, our researchers, our academicians, which are related with this field of physics, they apply the solid oxide route because such route are more convenient for us, and the people from the chemistry, they usually a chemical route, they apply the chemical routes. What are the chemical routes and what are the solid, as the name indicates, here in the solid oxide approach we select the raw material to synthesize barium titanate. Those raw materials should be in solid form, should be in oxide form. You know, elements are not available free in nature, but their oxides are available free in nature.
Yes, yes.
For example, if you need calcium, then you have to take the calcium oxide. Okay, and similarly, in compound form also, in salts form, for example, if I need calcium chloride, sodium chloride, sodium oxide, on one side oxide and one side it's salt. So, with salt, which is a chemical route, we can deal with the materials on low temperature most. We dissolve them and then we process them, and then at the end we will get something like this. But in solid oxide route, we usually use the powders which are in solid form, in oxide form, and then we mix them together, and then at the end after processing we will get our desired material. Okay, so here if I am interested in to synthesize the barium titanate by solid oxide route, this is the way. This feature, one can use even this feature for the wet routes as well, but I prefer this calculator for only for solid oxide. Okay, so here what are the elements, key elements which I need to synthesize barium titanate? Key elements. Barium and titanium. So from here I can get the barium. From which oxide? Barium oxide.
Yes.
It is available in nature. And from here I get titanium, from titanium oxide. So here I am going to write. I told him that what are the batch components to make this barium titanate. Those batch components are, batch means those step components. Where is the B? BAO. Okay? BAO. And then shift this T I O 2. Okay? So if you see here, on both sides you will see 2 and 2, almost the reaction is balanced. This is actual the reaction. You told me that this reaction is almost. If you wish to include or exclude something, it is here. I told him that to include this and this, the major components. However, I am going to process both barium oxide and calcium oxide in the ambient condition, so oxygen is abundantly available in the environment. So it was incorporated from there if it is required. Okay, so there is no need to include this oxygen. Okay, you see. From here, non-metal metals excluded and included. And I wrote here both TiO2 and BaO. Now the question is, and here I tell him that I need only 1 gram. And now he is going to calculate for me, therefore, synthesizing 1 gram of barium titanate, how much barium oxide and TiO2 should be required. Okay. Otherwise, you can even calculate from this molar mass and then calculating this 1 by 1 and then you will get the results. For that purpose, this is very easy. You know the molar mass of each element and then 1 by 1 and how much you should need. Just calculate for 1 gram. For 1 gram, for example, if you need 0.37 grams of barium oxide, then for 10 grams, how much you need? Just multiply it by 10. 0.37 से बन जाएगा 3.7. So this is very easy. And that way, in theoretical way, you just calculate for 1 gram and then 1 by 1. How much that you need? Okay, then tell him to create an output. Just press this. And what I am going to do? I am going to synthesize 1 gram of barium titanate, and the base components are barium oxide and titanium dioxide. I just told him that, tell me that how much barium oxide and titanium dioxide should I need to prepare a 1 gram batch of barium titanate. And then by pressing the output, okay, you will see it will generate a file. Yes, here it is generated. So it is, see, बेरियम ऑक्साइड उसका मोलर मास और टाइटेनियम डाइऑक्साइड और उसके कितने ग्राम्स आपको चाहिए? हाउ मच ग्राम डू यू नीड फॉर 1 ग्राम? हियर ग्राम्स 0.657474 and this much grams for this one. See, 1 ग्राम के लिए for 1 gram how much should you need? Okay, you see?
Yes, sir.
So this calculator is already programmed, and this calculator is designed in Visual Basic, which is a very basic compiler to generate some basic software. And the same is asking the Dr. Shaikh Ali Saab from you to generate a same mini software in Python, in which you just give him the PL data and visible data.
Yes.
And you know this Tark equations, band gave energy, Tark plot, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, there was Tark equation, there is Eg is equal to hc by lambda, and from there you can calculate 1 by 1 converting the wavelength, and then direct and indirect band gap, and when you do the same thing as you are doing theoretically on the board, instruct the software to do in the same way.
Yes.
Okay? So here in the software there are inputs and there was an output. But in between these inputs and output, what is here? Here is a program. which include formula. For example, Eg is equal to Hc by lambda, and I know those things, and even I know the lambda, so I can calculate this thing. So write a program and tell him that, for example, this is the input panel which is visible for the user, and this is the output panel of your software, also visible for the user. Okay, here, for example, you told the user in following parameters. For example, the first one is, for example, if you don't know those constant of the product, I think 1236 इसका प्रोडक्ट ही बनता है. ओके, क्लास का स्पीड ऑफ लाइट से ऑलमोस्ट ही बनता है. ठीक है, तो then just because this is constant, just tell him to put lambda here in nanometers. For example, this is 330.
Yes.
Okay, and here in output you will see the Eg in electron volts. And in some, what is this? This is your program.
Yes.
Okay, so this is very easy. If the ChatGPT or some chatbots are available, just design a prompt in their chatbot and instruct him one by one that what are you going to do. Okay, tell him to create such a code in Python for you, and then take this code to the compiler and just compile and see this input and output. If there is some deficiency, then come back here and tell him to change that specific things according to your requirement. So it is easy. Is there anything difficult? Okay, so the same thing we are doing here. Now I am going to show you the previous class was something related because we have only one hour. Okay, so I am dividing this thing is something related with research. The second one is related with something like your course. This is and the weight composition is very important, and this is your assignment. For example, calculate for barium titanate and calcium titanate. Do it with your own hands. This is your homework or assignment. Okay, and then repeat the same with the calculator, and then see the results. Okay. Are you all right or wrong? Okay. In research, actually, we generate, for example, this is BaTiO2, and I'm going to do zinc oxide in it. Doping is something else, because doping means that they are not contributing in a same structure. They are different structures, but they are the cells of a same unit. You are different people, but you belong to a same class.
Yes.
You are performing in the same class. Okay. In chemistry, we got such blends, the composites composed of so many things like this. Okay. But in composite, you know the oxides are very stable. They do not react with each other. Because the electronegativity and the electropositivities are very high in such things. Okay, atoms are very tightly bonded. But in compounds, you know there are long chains, lengthy bonds, so they can easily react, they can easily break. So for dealing with oxide, you will need very high temperatures. And by dealing with compounds, with organic compounds especially, you need very low temperatures. So this is the only difference that in some cases the people are there. The same thing is doing in the parallel department in chemistry also. This is not the physics way, this is not the chemistry way, this is you are the student of physics and this research is related to chemistry. So I think those are the rubbish ones. Research is not the property of an individual. Even people from the physics perform research in Pushko department. You know Dr. S. Mukasa, you know so many
Yes.
things. And he did very well research in Pushko as well. Okay, if you know the specific meanings of research, so I think it is very easy for you. So, coming back to the target, you know that what is your assignment, okay? But here, so here is zero weight person. For example, in first step I am adding zero weight person. So, on what basis? If you know that how to calculate the base composition, you know this way. That how much should I include here? For example, here 5% ZNO in same barium titanate, then 10%. For experiment, you need at least 5 composition with similarity index. Then after 15%, not 11%. You see the displacement in between each is uniform, because after that I am going to characterize the same material and then to monitor some electrical properties, and on the basis of that some structural properties and some other properties, optical properties, magnetic properties. Okay, so on the basis of thermal properties, plasmonic properties, and so many others. And on the basis of that, I will decide that this material is suitable for that specific application. So if there is irrelevancy in the steps, so how can I decide? I will be unable to justify my statement. So the variation, you will see, this is uniform, and at least 5 experiment. This is the standard of research. Okay, so if you know how to design different pages, then you will know this. For example, this is 100 moles, then there should be 0 moles and 1 mole of a substance. For example, of this substance is equal to, let's say, 130 grams like this. Okay, you can even exceed in weight percent or in molar ratio in both ways. Okay, in both directions you can proceed. You know, we are unable to count the atoms, but we can measure the material in moles, and that moles are related on the basis of Avogadro numbers. That how many atoms in 1 mole, that is how much is Avogadro number?
6.
And we know the atomic weight of each atom, protons and neutrons in that atom.
Yes.
Okay? And from there we decide that this amount of grams is equal to that 1 mole, or that much mole is equal to that much grams. If you are able to do this, then you can synthesize so many kinds of materials. But there was a one case which is little bit difficult, and I will discuss it with you later. And that was if you are going to synthesize something like nanoparticles, and those nanoparticles in which you are increasing, for example, this is something like nanoparticles, and I wish to increase only the concentration of titanium, only the number of titaniums increase that. So what all this is neutral, but how can I incorporate further titanium? And that was the case when we were going to synthesize boron, B, C, N, O. Those are the nanoparticles, BCNO nanoparticles, boron, carbon, oxynitride nanoparticles. Okay, and for that you will need this urea, boron source. Some salts are also available, some oxides are also available, and oxygen is available. available in the environment, and nitrogen is available in urea. And for carbon source, we need some PEG, polyethylene glycol, that is a polymer. But in the same composition, what we were doing that by getting this amount of nitrogen, okay, with respect to this, for example, 1:1, 1:2, 1:3. While not changing those, so how can you do this? This, you know the formula of urea. Here you will see N. Here you will CH or something like N. And this N represents the number of conjugation because it is a molecule. Okay. So from here you also have to calculate the N, and then you will come there, and then you have to do this. But this is little bit complicated, and we will also do such kind of stoichiometries. Okay, as well in the same class later on. Understand?
Yes.
So I think it is little bit boring. Let's come back to little bit entertainment of air. Now I know what is your interest. So now let me show you how to generate a powerful presentation within no time using air. Okay? Oh, interesting. असाइनमेंट मैंने दे दिए है, आपको अगर पता नहीं है तो आप किसी से पूछ पता नहीं लगा आपको
किसको दिए?
ये तो ये all of you except him, I think you don't know Urdu. Okay, so how can I? You can even in your system here, but such kind of offices, the older versions, other than 365, are not integrated with AI. They don't have developer tools. Okay? But if you don't have developer tools, then you can use some other tools like Gamma AI. Open the Gamma AI in your mobile phones. Gamma AI. Gamma AI.
सर जी इंटरप्रेट
हाँ?
देखिए डायरेक्ट इंटरनेट में जा रखी
Gamma AI. हाँ साइन कर ले, साइन इन कर ले।
Medium bar presented as close
ओपन हो गया। Just signing into that chat bot. Yeah. There are different ways to generate presentations. There are also some tools which can correct your grammatical mistakes, which can correct your sentences, which can rephrase your sentences. Okay? Yes.
like personal use.
Rashidi
the school.
अब जो भी आप स्टूडेंट कर दे या पर्सनल यूज कर दे. You see here I have a Office 365. If anyone needs this is very important. You see here there are add-ons facilities in my laptop. So you can add so many AI tools using this kind of offices. Okay, and there are so many other options. Zotero is already integrated. You see here, this is the referencing software, and within no time, if I put something in this, it will pick from the Google and it will cite it here in my document within no time. Okay, for example, here I told him that add or edit bibliography, add or edit citation. Communicate with Zotero ऑन नहीं है, वो जब ऑन हो जाएगा तो फिर ये काम करेगा. Then we will discuss it later. Okay, then. For example, this is one of the kind of a presentation, and which was already created in AI, and here we have another presentation, and I am going to organize this presentation within no time in AI. For example, you see this page, this is very simple. Very no design, no coverage. Okay, and I opened it in the PPT, and here you see in 365 we have a designer option. Designer option. You see here, designer option. Okay, see here, designer option. Just clicking this, you will get so many design for that specific page, and select one of the design that you like. Okay, so within no time you can design your presentations in this way. And these such kind of text are created with ChatGPT, and here we have a developer tools. In developer tools, I just here we have a Visual Basic. I will show you the same thing in later on when this is integrated with the multimedia. And here I can compile a code obtained from the ChatGPT, generated by the ChatGPT, and then after compiling this code, I will get a similar kind of presentation. Okay, now. Ji. हाँ, but just a minute. Paste the text, import file. You can see here. Here a presentation. Okay. A presentation on processing of materials. Okay. Generate outline. Okay, and then after you can add further slides from here according to your requirement. Okay?
Yes.
You can even add images, links, AI images, web search images, and so many other things.
Yes.
But here I am just going to continue it. Okay. This is a for example, this is your will be used with this link. Okay. So for the theme. On the back side, you will see your, for example, I have selected some kind of theme and style from here. There are so many other options, professional options, You will see it is very precise.
Reference.
Now you have just to export it to the PPT file and you can further modify it anywhere else in Microsoft 365.
Create some.
And I just told him that to create, by default it creates up to 10 slides. You can told him that to create 1000 slides, he will create it for you. And there, this is the one way. You master it and at your home, make some good quality of presentation next time.
Yes, sir.
That is also your assignment, on materials processing, for example. Then read it. That what was told by the, for example, if you see here, this is very nice presentation. Create something that is back to prompt. The prompt is the thing that I told him that I just told him that create a presentation in shortcut. If you give the details, it will go more precise. Okay? No. You see here there are so many options, charts and diagrams. If you wish to include some charts and diagrams, if you wish to include buttons, links, videos like this, okay. If you embed app or web page here in the same presentation, videos, other pictures are, for example, if I wish to replace this picture with something else, search from the web, search the image, the more relevant image, and it will be included automatically. ठीक है?
Amazing, sir.
And at the end,
तस्वीरें को सब मटेरियल करते हैं
by Wasipula MMD, your name is I think Wasipula. देखो वो भी इसलिए होगा. Types of materials, ceramics, polymers and composites. देखो वही बता रहा है. The same thing. It is teaching us, as it was discussed. You see, it is very accurate and very effective presentation. And we did this within no time using AI. So this is the ethical way. If you know the basics of the material processing, and then after doing this, this is the ethical. But if you don't know, and you generate something which is more beautiful, more presentable, but on the stage you are unable to explain those things, I think this is something like anything. Okay, unethical. So, ठीक है? So, okay, thank you. See you in next class. In next class.